Hi everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing well. So today I'm not going to talk about any tangible topics of UPSC. I'm not going to talk about the syllabus, the topics like environment, economics, history, polity, etc. Today I'm going to talk about intangible things like confidence, intangible things like doubt, intangible things like motivation, consistency. I'm going to talk about all these things through a conversation with you, and I'm going to tell you how you can nurture these various qualities which will help you not only to qualify UPSC. In fact, they're very, very important for UPSC for you to be able to get through the UPSC results. But these qualities are going to help you throughout your life, whichever profession you are in, wherever you go, even as an officer tomorrow if you are an officer, because after UPSC, after cracking UPSC, the life does change and it gets harder. Believe me. Yes, a lot of things get taken care of. You have a salary, you have a job, you have a lot of respect in society, you have a lot of good perks. On the other side, you also have a lot of pressure. You also have a pressure to perform. You have deadlines. You have a lot of performance reviews. You have a lot of pressure from the top because you're working at a very, very high level. And believe me, all this matters. All this matters. Governance is not the same it used to be 10-15 years back. It has changed a lot. So that is why I'm going to talk to you about a few things that are very, very important for you to understand when you're trying to write this exam, and also as a general, as a person who wants to do well in life, wants to be active and utilize your time to the best. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is going to be confidence. A lot of times aspirants come to my office, they come to meet me, and I'm very surprised to see the kind of confidence they have is very low. They have a lot of doubt, संदेह, शंका जिसको बोलते हैं हिंदी में. They have a lot of doubt that they are surrounded by. And this doubt comes from the fact that they are consistently telling themselves that will I be able to do it? How will I do it? There is so much competition. Only people from very, very good colleges and universities are passing this exam. I was never good in academics in my college years. I might not know all the good sources. Maybe there's some secret things that toppers do to qualify for this exam. तो इस तरह के all these different things create lot of doubt in the mind of aspirants. In fact, lot of these kind of things can create doubt in the minds of lot of other people also who are trying to do other things apart from UPSC. Maybe you are appearing for some other state services exam. Maybe you are looking for a job. So lack of confidence comes from doubt. This doubt comes from not believing in yourself, not believing in your own ability. So I will give you a little bit of anecdote, not anecdote, but more of a story here from Ramayana. And this story is of none other than Lord हनुमान जी. और आपको शायद बहुत से लोगों को पता होगा कि हनुमान जी, he had a lot of talent, he had a lot of innate abilities because he was Vayuputra. And he even gobbled up the sun when he was a kid, when he was very small. But after that, he forgot all his abilities. He did not remember that he had all these abilities, God-like abilities. So I think you can look at it metaphorically also, that I think a lot of us are born with a lot of innate talent. We are born with some qualities, every one of us. But it is nurturing, it is how we grow up that matters, because sometimes we forget all these things and we start doubting ourselves. And on the other hand, some people are always reminded or are always moving on a path where they have confidence in themselves to execute anything. In fact, some people have so much overconfidence that it even baffles me कि भाई इतना overconfidence कैसे है तुम्हारे अंदर कि तुम कुछ भी कर सकते हो. But it matters. I'm telling you, it matters in the exams. It matters in any kind of interviews. UPSC interview also, overconfidence actually helps. It matters when you are preparing, because what happens is when you have confidence and when you are executing, then results will be better. But when you don't have confidence, you will always keep doubting yourself and you will always keep making mistakes. So the first thing I want you to do is sit down, take a deep breath and believe in yourself. Start believing in your own abilities. It doesn't matter which college you went to, which school you went to. In my batch, I have seen so many toppers in UPSC come from colleges you might have never heard of. So it is time for you to sit down, forget everything, forget all these tags, which universities you come from, forget all these tags कि तू तो पढ़ाई में बहुत मीडियोकर है, you're mediocre in education or in studies. Forget the tags like you have always been a loser in your life. These tags are given by people who do not care for you, who are outside. You have to believe in your own abilities. You have to start believing in your own self-worth. You have to have that self-worth. I will tell you the story of one of my batchmates. Her name is Pranjal. She is 100% blind. She got one of the top ranks. She got, I think, 100 and somewhere around 110, 120 rank. Just imagine this girl who comes from this history when she became blind at a very young age. She cracked UPSC, not only cracked UPSC, but got one of the top ranks. I mean, that takes belief, that takes self-belief. And I talk to her whenever I talk to her about her interview of UPSC, I talk to her about her dreams, her aspirations. I always hear things like, that I always hear confidence. She always has confidence. She always has a belief in herself. And that belief is what is going to make half of your journey very, very easy. So take out all this doubt which you are surrounded by out of the window. Start believing in your abilities. But this confidence in your abilities, this belief in your abilities will come from proper, you will have to nurture it, you have to learn it, you have to do it in order to get this confidence. See, confidence एक तो आता है कि आप थोड़ी सी सांस लेते हो and then you're like, okay, I feel better, I will do it, come on, let's go. थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस तो ऐसे आता है, थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट द मैक्सिमम काइंड ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस विल कम फ्रॉम योर how you are preparing yourself. You might have heard of the term that 90% of the wars are not won in the battle zone, but they are won in the practice field. So when an army, when a soldier is better prepared, he will be able to fight better in the war zone. And you are no one but that soldier, you are no one but that Sainik who has this duty to hone yourself, to sharpen your own knife before the battle begins. Because if you don't sharpen yourself every day, you're going to fail in the last test, in the last moment when you are in the battle zone. So what are the things that I want you to do in order to gain confidence, in order to remove doubt, in order to become more confident about your own abilities? I want you to do a few things. I have written them down. I will also put them in the comments. But I want you to do a few things. Number one, I want you to have an intention. I want you to have an intention. Intention का मतलब क्या होता है कि you have a clear vision of what you want. उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप बहुत हाई फाई गोल्स अपने लिए बना लो. हाई फाई गोल्स मीनिंग व्हाट? I want to be Steve Jobs. I want to be like this entrepreneur. I want to be like that. No. You are you. So make your own goals. And those goals should be tangible. My goal when I was preparing for UPSC was, my single focus thing was, I didn't care about LBSNAA or any other academy. I didn't care. Academy तो कुछ भी हो सकती है, कहीं भी हो सकती है, कैसे भी हो सकती है. What I cared was about seeing my name in the merit list, in the top 100. And that is what I cared about. Now, I did not think about it so regularly, but I knew that that was a bigger goal in my mind. Then मुझे वहाँ पे किसी तरह मेरा नाम वहाँ आना चाहिए. तो ये एक अपने अंदर एक इंटेंशन, यू हैव टू डेवलप दिस इंटेंशन इनसाइड यू, बिकॉज विदाउट दैट इंटेंशन यू आर नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर. दिस पॉजिटिव इंटेंशन हैज टू बी देयर, एंड you have to keep reminding yourself of this purpose that you have. This purpose is not go to LBSNAA, is not become an officer with a car and with all this. वो सब, like people say, मोह माया है. It doesn't matter. What matters is seeing your name in the list, and that is what you are working hard for. पढ़ किस लिए रहे हो? बाद में ये सब चीज़ें आएंगी ना. यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली गो टू द अकेडमी. ये सब आपको डिस्ट्रैक्ट करने वाली चीज़ें हैं. व्हेन यू सी द वीडियोज ऑफ अकेडमी एटसेट्रा, दीज आर डिस्ट्रैक्टिंग थिंग्स बिकॉज यू आर लॉस्ट इन योर ड्रीम्स. हैव अ रियलिस्टिक गोल, और उसको फिर छोटे छोटे अपने ड्रीम्स में उसको आप, then you have to go ahead and make that into small dreams. Your dream is, I will see my name in the list. But what are the sub dreams or smaller goals to achieve that dream? The smaller goals to achieve that dream is, every day I will wake up at this time and start studying. I will utilize my mornings, I will utilize my evenings. This is the target that I have for every day. This is the test series target I have for every week. This is the target of subjects I have for every month. This is how much I have to write every month. This is what essay practice I have to do every month. See, this very, very tangible goals you have to create for yourself in order to get to your dream. See, anything that you want to achieve in life has to come from small goals. And when you achieve these small goals, what happens is you create accountability for your work. Without working, first of all, ये समझ लो कि हार्ड वर्क तो करना पड़ेगा बैठ के. You have to put in lot of hard work in able to qualify. But in which direction this hard work is directed, that is also very important. Because अगर आपका hard work random है, आप आज पूरे दिन बैठ के polity you're studying, and next day you're studying history, next day you're studying some other subject, you are not practicing test papers, you have no idea कि last 10 years में what kind of topics have come in the previous year question papers, then you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time if you are blaming the paper. If you are wasting your time if you are blaming someone else for your own failures, for your own results. See, we have to take responsibility, and it is natural to be in a defensive mode as well. Lot of times I used to blame other things. I used to have this tendency to blame other things. I'm not different from you guys. I have had the same problems, the same challenges, but I have tried to condition my mind in order to think in a positive way, in order to have a good attitude in life. This attitude is very, very important, because without that attitude it is difficult to qualify this exam. And remember, मैं जब भी आपके लिए वीडियोस में कुछ बता रहा हूँ तो I am telling you bigger picture of things. I am not telling you the minute details of things. That minute details only you yourself can figure out. No teacher, no mentor, no one can ever tell you the कि path पे चलना कैसे है. He will only give you direction. Okay, I can only give you direction, I can only give you some tricks and tips, but after that it is you who has to find a way around, और आपको ही decide करना है how you will walk on that path. So don't expect everything, don't expect to be spoon fed. Alright, even though I do spoon feed you all of you a lot, I give very specific things about subjects etc, but I feel like that you have to apply your own mind. You are not going to get everything from me. Okay, so it is very important to create accountability for yourself, to have a mechanism where you know. So for example, I'll tell you what I used to do. I used to have a very specific target that every day how many pages I have to read in order to finish the subject. For example, let's say I was reading history Bipin Chandra book or spectrum book. I knew that book has 400 pages. Every day I can do 20-25 pages, 20 to 25 pages. Some days maybe plus minus 10%. That scope is there. So if I knew that, then I knew that within 15 to 20 days I can finish this entire book, understand it, write down various notes, and then I can come to revise it in 10 days because I can read faster next time, in the second time. So I knew that I can do this particular subject in 20 days, 25 days. And like this I created my goals one step at a time for every subject. एक subject में मैं focus कर रहा था तो दूसरे के बारे में I didn't used to think. I used to focus on that, finish that within 20 days, not waste my time and move ahead. Now that doesn't mean that if you're starting so slow that you are taking 9 hours to do small things, that would be a waste of time. You will have to come back. You will have to come back and become faster and become more efficient at it, because that will matter. Eventually you have to be efficient. You cannot go at the same speed you started with. But this improvement will come. Remember, if you tie yourself to this, an internal sort of an internal promise to yourself that नहीं ऐसे ही करना है, तो eventually you will get there. हो सकता है first day you are not able to do 20 pages a day, you do only 15 pages a day, 10 pages a day, 5 pages a day. But that improvement has to be there, which you have to monitor for yourself week after week. So that is very, very important. So this kind of small strategies can help you. Sometimes I used to find certain subjects hard to study. So I didn't get stuck there. I used to move on. And then I used to come to the hard subjects or topics later on. Because if you get stuck on one topic and you spend another 10 days wasting your time on that topic, you are not allocating your time, which is the most important resource in this preparation properly. तो फिर मैं दूसरी तरफ जाता था. I used to finish those topics, come back with a fresh mind, find some other sources and then study it again. यूपीएससी में सोर्सेस सब करते रहते हैं कि सेम बुक्स पढ़ो. येस, इंपॉर्टेंट है रिविजन, सेम बुक से इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट आपकी लैटरल नॉलेज भी अच्छी होनी चाहिए. योर लैटरल नॉलेज हैज़ टू बी गुड. लॉट ऑफ एस्पिरेंट्स don't understand, who qualify actually, who become officers, that they always had been reading, they always had good exposure that way. So once they studied these limited sources, they were able to connect all the dots and write the exam very well. So I want you to learn that sometimes you might not be that kind of an aspirant who has read a lot, who has had that upbringing, right? So in that case, you will have to make that extra effort to have knowledge from various tangent resources, and for that you will have to use Google, you will have to use YouTube very very wisely. So इसके लिए the best strategy is कि आप topic wise पढ़ो और topic wise उन topics को master करते हो include. If in one book this topic is not given well, don't shy away from referring to internet, referring to YouTube or any other book to study that topic, because sometimes some topics are not properly given in a book. I did that for my optional. For my optional subject, lot of my subjects topics from one particular book were not good, so I bought another book, studied from that. I did a lot of my own research. In fact, my management optional was my optional, and there was no guidance anywhere about that optional. I created my own sources. I studied, found out sources, looked at the syllabus, found out the right books, everything I did from the scratch. It took a lot of time, wasted my time, but then I did it at that time. So I suggest you कि इतना टाइम वेस्ट मत करना, क्लासिक सोर्सेज पढ़ो, थोड़े बहुत इधर से यूज़ करो ताकि टाइम वेस्ट ना हो. डेफिनेटली टाइम इज इंपॉर्टेंट, बट इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, डोंट शाई अवे फ्रॉम गूगलिंग इट, फ्रॉम यूजिंग इंटरनेट और फ्रॉम यूजिंग एनी अदर सोर्स. डोंट हैव दिस माइंड सेट स्पेक्ट्रम ही पढ़नी है, वाई यू आर आस्किंग मी टू स्टडी बिपिन चंद्रा. that is a very shallow way to look at this exam actually. All right, so like I said, remind yourself of your purpose. Then it is also important that आपकी इंटेंसिटी ज़रूरी नहीं है, आपकी कंसिस्टेंसी ज़रूरी है. इंटेंसिटी इज़ नॉट एज इम्पॉर्टेंट बट कंसिस्टेंसी इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. वॉट इज़ इंटेंसिटी? इंटेंसिटी, some days you will be all out studying for 16 hours a day, horrible idea, and other days you will be completely zero. Don't do that. Have consistency. 8 hours every day, do that. That will serve you much stronger, much better. Same thing, I give reference of gym training, weightlifting. You cannot go and lift 150 kgs in one day. It is not going to happen. You will break your back. But it is better to start slowly, 10 kgs, 5 kgs, 20 kgs, 30 kgs, then you can lift 100 kgs. Similarly in UPSC, you cannot do heavy lifting on one day, on first day itself. You have to build your base. It will take time for students who are coming from absolutely no background in these kind of subjects. Take those 3-4 months. Get yourself in that particular mode that you are able to do heavy lifting later on. Similarly in cricket, have you seen most successful batsmen go and first try to understand the pitch. जाएंगे वहाँ डिफेंड करेंगे, बॉल इधर उधर हल्का हल्का शॉट्स खेलेंगे, and then once they have set in the pitch, they have played 50-60 balls like Virat Kohli, he'll keep doing ones and twos, but once he's set into the pitch, he will start creating force out of the same balls, out of the same pitch, out of the same day, because you need to get comfortable, you need to get warmed up, you need to get settled in, and I want you to first settle in. So it is important that consistency is important, not intensity. Settle in and have the daily same routine that you follow, day after day after day, consistent, day after day. That is really what matters. Other than that, there are a few things that I want to tell you, like how to manage your time better, because time is the most important currency in UPSC preparation. How to target pages per day, like I told you. Target pages rakho per day, 20 pages, 25 pages, 30 pages. Have target pages per day that you read. Have test days, have dedicated test days कि इस दिन मुझे टेस्ट लेना है, मुझे अपने आप को टेस्ट करना है. Obviously to be able to test yourself, you have to be able to have some studies you have already done. तो पढ़ के फिर टेस्ट जरूर लेना है, देखना है कि कहाँ पे मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, किन टॉपिक्स को मैं मिस कर रहा हूँ. I used to test myself a lot. Every week after studying a topic, I should test myself on that topic. And that way I knew, I revised भी हो जाता है, and then I knew where I was going wrong. And I also knew what kind of questions are coming. So I was not only in study mode but also in test mode, because that really helps. Then revision hours. Always keep your revision hours. See, you cannot just study, keep doing different subjects and not revise. Every week, after studying a subject, I used to revise it. I used to give 4-5 hours to revise that completely, because only this recalling and revising will make you help it stay in your mind for a longer period of time. So revision hours रखो, target pages per day रखो, test days रखो. Then write a lot. Don't shy away from writing. I'm not saying first day you start doing answer writing practice. Sit down, write your targets. Maintain a diary where you're writing what you are maybe even feeling. You write down what are the things that you have to do. Have a to-do list, have goals. Write it all. This writing will help you in the long term. It will help you not only in answer writing, essay writing later on. It will help you to structure your entire studies a lot. So write a lot. Social media, try to cut it down. Unfortunately, we are also addicted to social media. I am addicted to social media. Twitter pe I end up spending so much time, even though a lot of it is useless, but I am trying to cut it down. And even I am, lot of times I am also, little bit लालच होता है कि ट्विटर पे कुछ डाल दो, so that aspirants will give a lot of retweets. That is always there. That kind of this thing we always have, mentality or this lalach, this greed. And we fall to it, we sometimes get up to it. But to be honest, for an aspirant, the stakes for you are much higher. Not for me, but for you are much, much higher, because you are at a pivotal point in your life. So social media पे मत रहो, जितना कम रहोगे उतना अच्छा रहेगा. Try to have daily goals and try to use your morning time. I use my morning time really well. My morning time is mine, is no one's else. So you use your morning time. Try to wake up early. ये रात वाला habit छोड़ो, ये बिल्कुल बेकार है. Trust me, it will not help you in the long term. Alright? So, a lot of things I have told you today. I hope you are able to kind of make sense of these things. Write them down, whatever things I have told you, और फिर एक करके देखो कि whatever you can implement in your daily studies. Alright? And let me know if you have any questions. More than happy to help you answer your questions in the comment. I always try to answer your questions in the comments. And best of luck. We will be in touch. Next week I will post another video. It will be mostly about answer writing. Haven't done that in a while, and then I'll come back to subjects again. Alright, take care, bye bye. So if you want me to come and do any sessions live, like in a classroom or something, let me know. Maybe I will do some sort of arrangement for that also, maybe in Delhi or South India. So let me know if you will be interested in that. Very happy to hear about that. Okay, thanks, take care, bye bye.